Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to our latest edition of Why the Drama. I'm your host, Alexa Mendez, and we have a very special script for you tonight. We will be reading Auguri from Nico Chmielewski. A round of applause for him, please. We also want to thank our special guests for their valuable time and feedback, which we will have after the reading. First off is Pej Jatala, FilmGate vet. He is a filmmaker and educator with 25 years of experience in the field. In addition to working as a faculty member at various colleges in South Florida over the last 18 years, Pejman has produced, directed, edited, and directed or acted as a DP for numerous short films, documentaries, and features, including T. Laurent in 2014, Scooter from 2018. He earned his MFA from FSU Film School and has worked various feature films while working in LA. Pej has launched the Film Production Technology Program at Broward College just in August of 2015 and built the application for the most current technologies and technology for filmmaking. Second, we have here Tom Yusuke. Tom is one of the most influential producers and writers in film history. One of my favorite credits that you have under your belt is Stand and Deliver from 1988, one of the most awesome films ever. Flight of Fancy from 2000 and Chateau Vato in 2020. He is also one of the most prolific writers in the industry today, writing roles for John Cusack, Andy Garcia, Lou Diamond Phillips, and many others. I don't know what's wrong with me today. He has lectured and worked on many workshops and at many great film schools and is currently head of the MFA screenwriting track at University of Miami. I was going to say UM because if you're from Florida, you have a cup like this and you also say UM for University of Miami. Thank you once again to both of our special guests for joining us today. And welcome everybody. Thank you for your time. And here we go. Let's get right into it. We have a really nice script for you guys today. It's about, well, I won't go into how long it is, but it's going to be good. This is Auguri, written by Nicolas Chmielewski. Auguri, from Italian, meaning best wishes, a verb. Manifest to someone the desire that he can enjoy a good or a condition that conforms his expectations, also such as, I wish you much happiness. I wish you a happy new year, a good trip, a happy birthday, and also including, I wish you that business goes well. I wish you to spend happy holidays. It can also mean predict or tell. She wished this kingdom to my blood. Exercise the office of wishes. And to have as hope or expectation to desire. He wished the weather would improve. Interior warehouse. Tech house offices with windowed walls, ringing telephones, high stacks of cardboard boxes. A man in a gray construction shirt passes by. Luciano, 22, a recent college dropout. He takes inventory and packs boxes soon to be shipped.
Voglio solo che le cose funzionino per me, per una volta. Mi sento come le cose continuassero ad andare sempre più in discesa.
Exterior warehouse, moments later. Luciano moves the boxes into a delivery van. He smiles at the delivery man, 30, 50 years old, as he finishes up, but it quickly vanishes, a faked expression.
Ho abbandonato l'università, ho fatto gli straordinari. Sai, pensavo che sarebbe stato meglio l'estate, ma poi è peggiorato.
Exterior, deserted street, daytime. Down a winding, deserted road, Luciano walks in the extreme summer heat, per his usual return home. Interior, bus, daytime. The bus opens its door opens its doors. He waits anxiously for them to close so he can quickly get to where he needs to be. Interior home later. Luciano walks into a dark home layered with old Italian family pictures and portraits of Jesus Christ. He speeds straight into the bedroom where Nono, in his 70s, sits on a chair watching Italian soap operas on a tiny television screen. Nono's glasses are thick as wood. Montage. Luciano wipes Nono's butt and changes his diapers. He pulls his shirt over his grandfather.
E tu sei come l'unico amico che ho con cui posso davvero parlare. Tutte le persone che conoscevo al liceo o alle università sono semplicemente andate avanti.
Luciano feeds his grandfather a pill. Interior bedroom later. Luciano plays an old Spanish guitar, trying to find some time to himself. He looks at chords on his computer, but has a hard time being in tune.
Sono bloccato qui a macinare ogni singolo giorno. Volevo essere un musicista e ho pensato che sarai stato in grado di farlo. Le ho fatto davvero.
Then a phone rings. Cut to interior, Federico's room, sunset. Federico is talking on the phone, pacing his eyes outside the window and back around the room. Intercut phone conversation. Luciano is on the phone with Federico Morricone in his mid-20s, a childhood friend. Federico goes back to watching FC Barcelona on the TV.
Avanti, dannazione. Figlio di puttana. Mi prendi in giro, mi prendi in giro. Messi, 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 Messi. Gol! Golazo! Scusa, amico. Ascolta, odio riattaccare. Adesso ma devo uscire.
Oh, sì, anche a me, non preoccuparti. Io,
Sì, chiaro. Addio, zio.
sì, ci vediamo.
On the other line, Luciano hangs up. He goes around the room and picks up the clothes laying on the floor, filling up the basket of used shirts. Exterior, laundromat, sunset. Luciano takes clothes out of the washing machine. He's exhausted, lit by the broken blue light that flickers overhead. Suddenly, he hears a vroom and drops a sock by accident. Right outside the store, a fast and loud car passes down the road. The driver, 20s to 50s, has slicked back, greasy hair. He's got on sunglasses and a big old chain hanging down his neck. He likes to step on it when given the chance. His overly excited girlfriends stand on the seat and twerk. Luciano gets down to pick up the sock and accidentally hits his head on the machine door when he gets up.
Ouch!
He passes the dryers. Most of them have a sign posted, out of order. One of them just says, haha. At the end corner, he finds an open machine. He peeps inside and finds a metal object. Luciano pulls it out of the machine to reveal an old Nokia cell phone. He looks at it with wonder and clicks on the home button to discover that the screen won't actually turn on. He throws it away into the basket. Interior, home, kitchen, later. Luciano walks into a dark home layered with old Italian family pictures and portraits of St. Mary. He catches his breath and heads to the couch where he drops the clothes out of the bag to fold everything up.
No, sono a casa. Vuoi un caffè?
Tutto bene, grazie ragazzo.
Interior, home, grandfather's bedroom. Continuous. Luciano enters the bedroom where Nono sits on a chair, writing something on pieces of paper while watching Italian soap operas on a tiny television screen. The room is covered in boxes. Nono's glasses are as thick as wood.
Stai diventando magro, magro come uno spaghetto.
Va bene, polpetta.
Ma c'è cosa? Ebbene, dovresti mangiare. Non mi interessa c'è cosa, ma metti del cibo dentro di te. Un hamburger, una buona pasta e un pollo alla griglia con un po' di riso. E vuoi perdere peso? Bene, ma mangia qualcosa, anche se un'insalata.
Presto a cucinare qualcosa.
Beh, come va con le ragazze?
Meglio di quello che è per te.
E il lavoro?
E viene niente. È lo stesso di sempre. Domani faccio gli straordinari. Cos'è
Luciano
questo?
peers through the box. Sorry. Luciano peers through the boxes. Suddenly, it changes his expression.
Cos'è questo? Perché chi sono cartellini depressi su questo? Nonna, cosa fai?
He pulls out an old dress with a handwritten price tag.
Io vorrei aver fatto di più per te.
Hai fatto abbastanza? Non devi vendere i vestiti di mia madre morta?
Non voglio vedere le cose di mia figlia. Voglio solo aiutarti adesso in modo che tu non debba pagare tutto.
Luciano grabs a dress.
Pensi che questo non significhi niente?
È solo un vestito. Mi dispiace.
Vale più di 18,99.
Luciano looks through it a bit deeper and pulls out a coat.
Almeno dovrei tenerlo questo. Questo mi è piaciuto.
He leaves. Down the hall, outside the room, he faces a portrait of his mother as he's just on his way in the kitchen. He stops to look at it. She is at the beach, feeling the sun in and smiling contently. A flashback. Luciano remembers when he took the photo at the beach. Cut to. A tear drops down his cheek. Luciano walks away from the picture frame. Interior, home, kitchen. He finishes tidying up the clothes and boils up water. Luciano grabs himself a mac and cheese microwavable dinner from a cabinet and pours the hot water in the bowl. Interior, bedroom. Luciano sits down on the bed with his book and dinner. Before anything else, the cell phone found at the laundromat rings. He takes it out of his pocket. Right before he eats a big scoop of mac and cheese, of course. Then he answers the call.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
A silly 8-bit theme song introduces the nice, heavenly female voice of the speaker.
Welcome to the magic lamp. We have 3 wishes remaining. If you would like to make a wish, press 1. If you would like to hang up, press 2. After all other questions or concerns, press the pound key.
Luciano's confused. He presses the pound key.
Magic Lamp is Nokia's 2003 limited edition cell phone with special interesting features for high-speed interweb tools. Call now to have one of your 3 limited edition wishes redeemed. If you're having trouble making other calls with your phone, call AT&T at 1-800-779-4211 to activate your SIM card. What will your first wish be?
I wish I had a lot of money.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay. Hi.
He pulls the phone away from his face and throws it across the bed.
Spam calls.
To the side of his bed falls a $100 bill. Luciano notices it. The camera turns slowly around from the side to a frontal view.
I freaking can barely pay rent with $100.
He hears a sound and turns around, revealing a mountain of cash in his closet that tumbles down. It scares him up to his feet. Bewildered, he has no idea how to react.
Madonna Santa, non posso credere ai miei occhi.
He closes the window shade immediately, then returns to touch the money and flip through it, making sure that it's real. Oh, it's real. Cut to intercut phone conversation.
Hello, AT&T customer service. This is Rebecca speaking. How may I help you this evening?
Can I speak to the representative for the magic lamp? The magic lamp.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not sure I quite understand.
No. Can I speak to your manager?
She's not here now, sir.
Have her call me, like ASAP.
What
It's
about?
about money. A lot of money.
I'll leave her a note. Is your number 305? Oh, okay. Have a good day. And what the fuck was that?
He hangs up and starts pacing around the room, thinking to himself of the power he beholds. Luciano flips through the recent phone calls, then dials in again.
Welcome to the magic lamp. You have 2 wishes remaining.
From the outside window, we see him speak it into the phone, but we never actually hear it. He hangs up and spins around, thinking his wish will appear behind him. Instead, there is just a fly that buzzes. He tries to grab it with his hand. There is nothing there. He looks down the hallway and takes a peep outside, but sees nothing. Luciano sits down on the chair. He picks up the cash and organizes it, slowly putting it away. Then, knock, knock, knock. Shocked, Luciano doesn't know how to react. He tidies his room as best he can. Then, scared out of his mind, he opens the door with ease. Maria Vera, 22, stands in a beautiful home dress, full of delight, but perplexed by the moment. Luciano walks backwards, allowing her to enter as she gazes over the cash-covered room. They both feel a weird excitement and passion. It's in the air.
Are you real?
Allora,
Isidora.
Isadora, oh,
I think she's not in the call. I could read if you need. She says it's connected.
Hello? Hello? Hi? Can you hear me?
yes,
Yes, Isadora.
Okay, my internet disconnected. I'm sorry. It's me, right?
Are you real?
Okay. Yeah? Are you real?
I'm Luciano. What's your name?
Maria. Maria Vera.
Luciano Colombo.
Sei italiano?
Sì, anche tu?
Sì, sono di Napoli. Dove siamo?
Siamo a Miami, gli Stati Uniti. Ascolta, credo di conoscerti, di Napoli. Io sono cresciuto a Napoli, ho vissuto nei Colei Amenei, vicino alla scuola di danza.
Luciano! Oh mio Dio! Eravamo alle elementari insieme. Che diavolo! Mi ero completamente dimenticata di te.
Ero innamorato di te.
E non lo sei adesso?
Ma come non potrei? Sei più bella che mai.
Ah, per favore.
Montage. They look through the cabinets for food. They cook together in the kitchen. And a time lapse, night to morning. They tease each other in a neighborhood walk. The flowers, jumping into the ocean together. He splashes her, she splashes him. They act like superheroes. The towels shake from the wind. She plays him the piano. Their faces are covered in paint. They wake up in the bed the following morning. They make their way over to the kitchen. Luciano introduces Maria to his nonno, and they get to know each other. They laugh while Luciano cuts up some fruit. Interior closet. She grabs a towel. He throws bricks of cash into a duffel. Interior kitchen continuous. Nonno, worried, tries to push himself out the door with the wheelchair.
Luciano, che succede?
Niente, no, non preoccuparti. Torneremo presto.
He turns around and leaves.
Luciano, Lucy, non dici nemno addio.
Exterior parking lot. Later. Luciano gets in the car with Maria, who's in the driver's seat, looking beach ready. They skirt off. Luciano makes a few calls to invite friends.
We're all meeting up at 3. You should come over. Mark, invite whoever you want. I don't care. The more the merrier. I totally understand. I'm sorry to be so last minute. Booze, weed, cocaine, I don't care. Let's have a good time.
Luciano?
Che cosa? Non è per me, è per altre persone.
Luciano
Alright.
hangs up.
All right,
He
man. I'll
picks
see
up
you
the
soon.
guitar and strums it.
Play something.
I'm not sure.
Perché no?
I haven't played in a long time.
As he continues playing, he often makes mistakes, but shows just enough skill that it's clear he's known how to play for many years. Exterior, marina parking lot, daytime. The two arrive at a marina parking lot. Luciano parks the car. Luciano gets a call from Nonno on his regular cell. He hangs up. Interior, home. The call goes straight to voicemail. Nonno sits on his wheelchair and scratches his beard while still watching the melodrama on TV. He looks at his watch, worried, and scratches his beard. Exterior, marina, daytime. Luciano hands a man a bag of cash and signs a document. They make their way into a yacht with a group of friends strolling in behind them. Exterior, yacht, daytime. Music plays. The day is marvelous. Sunny, bright, light blue waters. Luciano, Maria, and other invited guests on the yacht party like it's the end of the world. Imagine what a Miami music video might look like. This is it. Women in bikinis, men smoking joints. The girls shake their butts on the camera. At the camera. Luciano smokes a blunt. Then he and Maria jump in the water together to swim. Everyone on the yacht is having the time of their life. Federico makes it rain dollar bills on the women dancing. They give him hugs and take pictures. Interior, ocean, day. Underwater, Maria swims and glides through the joyful waters. When she peeks out, she finds herself with Luciano. Exterior, yacht. Everyone dances together, drinks, gets to know one another, and has the time of their life. Luciano goes far with the drinking and smoking. He becomes intoxicated with a life he knows not how to handle, and the sky spins fast in his view. The music distorts. He forgets his place and takes another toke of the joint to relax. His view slows down and blurs away like smoke. He makes his way over to the bag, walking clumsily. He pulls out the Nokia and makes a wish. We don't hear it. Exterior parking lot, pier, later. A flock of paparazzi bombard him right when he immediately exits the yacht. Click, ka-chick, click, ka-chick.
Luciano, over here.
Who's the girl you're dating?
When are you going to release your next album?
They pursue him as Luciano and Maria make their way over to the car with Maria. A fan, in her 30s, female, steps in front of him. She takes a selfie with Luciano and gives him a pen and book. In Bocca al Lupo by Luciano Colombo. He's stunned he ever even wrote a book. Luciano gives her an autograph and she kisses him on the cheek before quickly running away. Luciano throws the towels on the back of the car and struggles to get in as paparazzi hold him for more pictures. Finally, after the struggle, he gets inside and turns on the car.
And now, the biggest hit of the year, Auguri by Luciano Colombo.
The song plays.
Isadora,
Yeah.
can you get your line?
You are muted.
Sorry. Oh, guarda, stanno suonando la tua canzone.
Che giornata pazza!
Quando torneremo a Napoli dovrai incontrare i miei amici. Mi stai ascoltando?
Sì,
What did I just say?
scusa, stavo pensando a mio nonno. E tutte queste cose che mi stanno succedendo all'improvviso. Merda, sono le 5:30. Dobbiamo tornare a mio nonno. Devo dargli la sua medicina. Non riesco nemmeno a guidare. Sono troppo ubriaco.
She doesn't flinch. He notices.
Colpa mia. Cosa hai detto?
Pause. She looks at him with a worried wonder.
Quando torneremo a Napoli dovrai incontrare i miei amici. Sono davvero
He nods
divertenti.
and smiles genuinely.
Spero di sì. Suppongo guidare solo.
Interior bathroom. Nono pushes himself slowly into the bathroom. Inside, he stops near the toilet and takes a breath. He pushes himself to stand up. His arm shakes on the sink. He reaches up above the sink, towards the bottle of pills. Nono's hand touches the bottle. Then he takes a swing to grab at them. His legs shake on the bath mat, and the soft material slips under his feet. Cut to interior of the car later. Luciano has the Nokia phone up to his ear. Natasha.
This telephone number does not exist. Sorry.
Then all he hears is a loud, disturbing hum. Luciano bangs the phone on the dashboard and slaps it in his hand.
Ma che cosa sta
Ho bisogno di
facendo?
esprimere un desiderio.
Di che cazzo stai parlando? Sto sognando. Questo è un
No,
sogno.
non è un sogno, questo è la vita reale. Sono letteralmente qui, in questo momento. Mio nonno probabilmente è già morto a terra.
Sul serio, Luciano. Non ti conosco, non sono mai stato a Miami. Pensi che sia semplicemente apparso dal nulla? Pensi che io sia nata nel momento in cui hai desiderato me? Hai desiderato me.
Sì, sì, sei il mio desiderio. Va bene?
Cosa sono? Un giacattolo, eh?
No, non sei un giacattolo.
Mi stai trattando come tale.
Ascolta, ti ho appena incontrata.
Ti ho appena incontrato a te. Sono così disgustata. Ieri sono stato a Napoli con la mia famiglia. Oppure sembra ieri. Stavamo giocando a carte con mio fratello minore e mia madre appena tornata da lavoro. Ok, ora mi viene in mente. Questo è divertente e tutto, ma chi cazzo sei?
Sai cosa? Esprimimi un desiderio per me, dato a che esauritato i miei desideri. Potrebbe funzionare. Non hai mai espresso un desiderio.
She can't believe the words coming out of his mouth. She looks at him as though in utter disillusion.
Desideri che mio nonno stia bene. Per favore.
She grabs it. They look into each other's eyes.
Vorrei essere di nuovo a casa.
She disappears, taking the phone with her. Beat. The car speeds up. The road lights slow down. Luciano's car slams into the one in front of it. Stunned, he steps out of the car as smoke rises from the crash. Exterior street. The crash driver slurs curse words at him as smoke rises from the accident. Luciano has his hands in the air. He runs away.
I'm sorry.
He runs into the traffic jam ahead. People in cars look at him, speed down in a trance. A storm builds. Papers and boxes fly into his face. It pours down on him. A wall of cash bursts into Luciano's face, and pictures signed in his autographs are posted on the walls and signs he runs by. Exterior, deserted street, night. Down this deserted street, he trots down. Interior, home, kitchen, nighttime. He slams the door in, sweaty, wet, and shattered. Luciano walks into Nono's bedroom. He turns off the TV. Upon entering the bathroom, he finds his grandfather lying still on the ground. Luciano goes straight to him.
Svegliati. Svegliati.
Luciano looks at his grandfather's cold visage. In a moment of silence, tears roll down his eyes as he cries. A feeling of mistake, of error, of regret. Nono slowly opens his eyes as he awakens in disorientation. They look at each other for a moment. A hug. The embrace. The end.
Yay!
All
Alrighty.
right.
Great. Cool.
Wonderful round of applause. Thank you.
Auguri. Yes, we could all unmute if you want for this moment. Wonderful.
Thank you, actors. You guys don't have to be here for the notes afterward if you guys want to leave or anything. I think it's stay earlier, but if you guys want to stay, that's totally fine too, I guess. I don't mind.
Right. So let's all be muted. The ones that should be unmuted should be the special guest and Nico for now. So Tom, take it away.
Okay. Congratulations. You write very warm characters. They're very easy to like. But I'm assuming you're going to do another draft. Am I correct? My notes are going to be, I want you to consider certain things, okay? Assuming you're going to pick up the pen again. Am I correct? Okay. Let's assume that. You're doing a age-old story, which is the Three Wishes genre story. What is your theme in your estimation? What would you say your theme is?
I would say, to put it, family first. Family's most important. Relationships are most important.
Okay, I think really what your theme is, from my point of view, is be careful what you wish for, you might get it.
Right.
What you're doing is twisting it at the end, which is the wonder phone turns into more of a nightmare, and then a celebration of anything. And if you're doing another draft, what I want you to consider is to make this more about what it's trying to be about, which is that theme. And I'm going to give you an idea. Now, I want you to take a look at your piece again, and it's very long. It's a long, short film. I want to pick up the mother and take her out of the film completely. No flashback to the mother, no conversation about her clothes, nothing. Because what you have to understand about short films in particular is they have to be more about what they're trying to be about. For instance, you have a whole sequence with him and Nono, and by the way, never use two names to describe the same person. Don't call him Nono and grandfather at different times. Always just pick one word and stay with it, or you're going to confuse a lot of people. Back to the story. Now, what you're trying to do here is make a movie with a boy with three wishes. The first one you handled very well. The money, right? He finds $100. Oh, it's nothing. Opens the garage door or the closet door, and whoa, there's a fortune. That was very nicely done. But for instance, he never had the story you started to write with the mother was, why didn't he wish for the mother to be alive again? You start telling this other story with the mother, and then you just throw it away. You know, we all have mothers. So what? What did he need from the mother? What was that all about? Her mother, the clothes, the price of the clothes. I don't understand what that did. He didn't wish. We didn't see, for instance, take the mother out and instead of the mother, replace it with photos of Maria. He yearns for this girl. He yearns for the past. He yearns for a relationship he once had. And then she appears. I understand that. But he never used the wish on the mother. The mother had nothing to do with the three wishes. And you need to make a story that's a little bit tighter, to have the kind of narrative momentum and thematic manifestation that's going to really work. The first one, money, is fine. The second one is Maria. And then Maria has to get more complicated. And it has to complex the third one, which is he wishes for, obviously, even though you say we don't hear it, it's clear he wishes for fame and fortune in the music world, right? But Maria doesn't really complicate that idea at all. That's just something she's there to witness. So all I'm asking is that you have to make deeper choices in the narrative to make this work. A million of these stories have end with someone wishing for more wishes, for instance. You start with a voiceover, and then you never use it again. It's very strange use. Voiceovers usually are never used that way. They don't introduce us to a character, and then you drop it completely. You either use the voiceover or you don't use the voiceover. You decided to use it in the beginning. Then he was so concerned. I never sensed that, this pill that Nono takes was such a life and death matter that all of a sudden, if he doesn't have it that one day, I have to feel that the guy's going to be dead. That's an easy conceit. And then all of a sudden the pills are also where Nono can't get them. I mean, or did Nono take 200 pills? The pill idea is not really well done. There's another scene you have that's completely unnecessary. I want you to write scenes that play into the narrative. What the hell has Federico got to do with anything that I see before or after his scene? I don't know. I have no idea. He doesn't play. He's not his manager for fame and fortune. He's not Maria's brother. He doesn't. You have to create a more claustrophobic web in terms of your narrative. You add things that you think are interesting. Okay, he's in the laundromat and a driver goes by with a big car like we see in Miami Beach and revs the engine and the girls are twerking. But how does that lead him to find the phone? How does it have a narrative import? Not is it interesting in and of itself, but how do the things tie together? That's what we're interested in. Again, I don't think the flash, voiceover or not is your choice, but I don't see how a flashback to the mother makes any sense here whatsoever. And also, I would give the Nokia a characteristic ring or something, make it more of a character. And that's basically it. You have to make this a little bit more of an old-fashioned story for it to really take another level up, I think, for me. Any questions for me before I have to go to a meeting, so I'm rushing, and I hope I just throwing a lot at you very quickly. But you have any questions on anything I've said?
No. I think it makes a lot of sense. Especially with the stuff on the mother and stuff like that, and like tightening it up. I can definitely see that.
It's always a good exercise to take something out and see what it does with it not there. You can always put it back. But in this case, you're not going to use the mother unless you use the mother as one of the wishes. To give her all that time on screen and not use it makes absolutely no sense in a short film.
Right.
And you have Maria and her competing for his female interest. You know, one obviously is sexual and one is maternal, but they're very different. But then use them. I mean, or bring both of them back, and the mother doesn't like Maria. You know, then complicate. Then put things in the air and juggle them and complicate it. Don't have scenes like the Federico phoning someone and he's interested in Lionel Messi instead of talking to him. So what? What does that got to do with three wishes? And be careful what you wish for, you might get it. Nothing. It's just a moment in time you find, you know, I like Messi too, but he doesn't belong in your film yet. Unless he wishes to meet Lionel Messi. You see? You've got to be stricter in your choices to make something like this really work, I think. Okay? I have to say goodbye. I am going to a meeting.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. I'm sure that you'll hear a lot of things, digest them. Don't do anything rash right away. You take a long walk, think about what you've heard, and then reconceive the story if you agree with the ideas, and then do another draft. All right? Thank you.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tom.
Right. Bye-bye. This is what I do as a living, by the way. I'll do this with someone in Hollywood, and I'm about to do it right now. So, you know, just absorb it, relax, and then make the choices you really want to make. Okay? How do I get out of here, by the way? How do I get? I've never used this system.
So
I killed the
on the lower
I see video, yeah. I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye. Good luck with this.
Ready. Pej?
Okay. Am I muted?
No, we can hear you. We can see you.
Okay, so congratulations on having the script read today. And I don't know if you saw, but I was nodding most of the time when Tom was talking, because he made a lot of points that I agree with. One thing I want to first, my disclaimer is I don't understand or speak Italian, so I can't really comment on the dialogue. I can't give feedback on the dialogue because I don't understand the language. And typically, when we do script readings, it's to see how the dialogue flows, right? So we couldn't get to do that today. If you wanted to do that, what you would do is if the script's, if the action is in English, under the name, in the parenthetical, you'd say in Italian, and then you'd have the dialogue in English, and then we'd do the translation.
No, I understand.
For the set.
I understand. No, I put it in like that just to have it all in one place, like the Italian and the English, and people can kind of like read it in that way, and the actors can also read their lines in Italian and at the same time be able to read the translation in English and understand what the words mean, because some of the actors aren't Italian.
Mm-hmm. So, have you read The Monkey's Paw? It's a very common. It's I think even like in school, like grade school, you read it. It's kind of the model for the Three Wishes type of story, with the with the theme is be careful what you wish for. Your wish may bring something back. And in that story, a man is given a monkey's paw that has 3 wishes, and on the first finger that he pulls down, the monkey, the paw grants him the wish. He wishes for 200 pounds, British pounds. The next morning, his son dies in a factory accident, and he receives 200 pounds from the company as kind of like a settlement for his son's death. Then with the second wish, he wishes for his son back, but then he realizes that his son's undead body is coming back to life and is coming back home. And with the third wish, he wishes to undo everything he did. So you see here that those 3 wishes are all interlinked, right? And each one comes with its own consequence, right? So each one with a positive comes a negative, right? So a lot of these stories are built like that because they use this story as that model with that theme. So what also, and Tom was talking about it regarding the 3 wishes, right? Those 3 wishes, the seeds for those 3 wishes need to be planted firmly in the first act. In the first act, we need to see that he does have money, which we see. That's the only one, though. We also need to see he wants to be a musician, right? And we also need to see that he loves Maria and he wants her back, right? We need to see those in the first act. Otherwise, they come later and they don't carry any particular emotional weight, right? They just show up and like, oh, okay, And Tom is totally right about the mom. I was reading the script going, why didn't he ask for the mom back? I guess he didn't really love his mom. You spend all that time working on bringing up the mom, and he doesn't even wish for her back when he has 3 wishes. So what you have is payoffs, but you don't have a setup. So you need to set up those payoffs. The payoffs are the 3 wishes. And also it could be set up also the negatives that come out of these wishes as well. And those get set up in the first act. Let me see. I'm looking at my notes. There's some other notes. I don't get the football scene. I don't even know why it's in the script. The scene in the laundry with the guy in the car. I mean, I guess it's not clear. I guess the point is he wants to be a musician like the guy in the car. That I couldn't get a sense of what
can I say
was for
is it
seeing
okay?
that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can I say so my intentions with the film are to create a social commentary of Miami culture and a commentary upon the values that a lot of these like party frenzy people have. A lot of these like the spring breaker kind of culture that there is in the city, and it's like, and so the 3 wishes, for example, is like a commentary on that. Or for example, like the way that he looks at these people, kind of believing that this is like what he wants out of life, because this is something that he sees in Miami culture. So it's kind of like just a commentary on that like this isn't what's important. I originally had the ending being that the grandfather dies at the end, and that's been what it's been for. This is the only draft where I changed it, because I felt, maybe it's not necessary to have him killed, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, without him dying means that there's no consequence. Everything just goes back, except he has money. He does have money still. So, and the money didn't really come with a negative consequence. I mean, not directly. The money gave him the ability to rent the yacht. And I don't know, isn't it a little judgmental? I think it's probably fine for people to go have a good time on a yacht, Why he didn't bring his grandfather, I don't know. He probably would have enjoyed the party. That could be something interesting, where he brings the grandfather on the yacht and something happens with the grandfather on the yacht. Um, but you know, I mean, I see your point. It just needs to be more clear, because we need to be able to see the point from the script without you having to explain it, right? Because you're not going to stand in the movie theater explaining to the crowd like what the point is, right? So it has to be in the script, right? So it has to be clear. So when he looks at the guy, there's nothing quite happens. The guy just drives by, and we don't really get a sense of there's no reaction, there's no comment, made by our main character. So I don't know, that's something that can be worked on to get into what it's all about. Some formatting things in the action. You should only describe things that you can actually see. So like it's peppered throughout some things that it can't be seen. For example, in the first page, our main character, you describe him as is it a high school dropout or a college dropout, but as a dropout, and like we can't see that unless dropout is written on his head. We don't know he's a dropout. So things like that, you have to go through the script and make sure that in the action it's only things that we can actually see. Also, make up your mind about the ages. The only person with an actual age is Maria. Everybody else is, our main character is around 22. So why can't he just be 22? Or the delivery driver is between 30 and 50, 30s, things like that. Look up the formatting for montages, because the montage should be a slug line. The word montage should be a slug line. It's also written as series of shots. So look up that formatting for that, because it's a different type of formatting. Eliminate all adverbs. That's something that you're going to come across. Any English teacher or any creative writing teacher is going to tell you immediately to get rid of the adverbs, because adverbs are very they're not just not very good. I mean, like, just he ran quickly, he bolted. I mean, adverbs are not very good and not very descriptive. It's better to find the right verb for that. Glasses as thick as wood. I don't know what that means. I don't know who the overly masculine men are he's watching football with, but there's nobody else seems to be in the room before or after. So I don't know what that is about. The AT&T customer service person can just be AT&T customer service person. Once you give a character a name like Rebecca, we expect them to come back again, because named characters are important characters. So named characters show up again. So for a customer service person, I wouldn't put Rebecca. I don't buy that Maria is teleported away from her family in Naples and just shows up like this dream girl scene, and she's not like flipping out. I don't know. I think she would be flipping out. Just little things like, I don't know, but I really think that reevaluate the structure of your story. Make sure that those three wishes are set up in the first act. Make sure that they're some way or another like interlinked, one way or another. There should be some kind of connection between them. If they're like all over the place, then your story is like all over the place. And and then I think you would come up with reach an ending that is more satisfying to you, and that's about it. Any questions or?
Okay, thank you. I guess, I don't know, as a comment, like, I feel like I don't want to make this too structured or too much that it all makes sense. I don't want this to be so Hollywood-esque and so, perfectly fit in like a Disney kind of fashion. I agree. I think there's a lot that needs changing. Like, I think I definitely should take out the mom. Definitely could set up a little better some of the things at the beginning with the 3 wishes. But then also I feel like in some way that I don't want to be so, like obvious about things. Like, I don't know. I think even though sometimes like things don't make sense, I don't know. Like, let me just go through my notes just to, but I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts on that because I just don't. I don't want to. I don't know.
Well, this idea that Hollywood films are by definition spoon feeding the audience or somehow obvious or whatnot. Hollywood movies are very diverse. I mean, there's really good ones and there are really bad ones, and they cover like the whole gamut. So if you look at the really good ones, they're incredibly well structured. And the thing is, with the good structure, if it's really good, you don't notice the structure. It's kind of like good sound. Good sound is production sound is sound that you don't notice, right? And a good structure is one that you don't realize that is there, but it's there. Every good script has a very solid structure, whether it's a Hollywood film or a European film or an Iranian film or an Indian film or Chinese job. Every film, you look at every film around the world, the good ones, they're solidly structured. Now, if you were to go in a unstructured way, kind of more of a stream of consciousness film, like say like a Fellini film, right? Something like that, then that is its own genre, right? So then you would have a story that would be that, right? But when you follow the convention of the 3 wishes and all that has to be structured because everything is built up to have setup and payoff. So, if you wanted to do a stream of consciousness type film where somebody, goes through life and they talk to different people and they have a good time and we learn about the different, characters that live in this little town in Italy, that's great. Those are, Fellini's films are beautiful, but that's what they are. That, that's the genre. So if that's what you're going to do, then that's perfectly fine. But if you're going to do something structured, it should be structured.
Okay, I can see. Yeah, I'll give it some more thought. I think I've been very like lately like inspired by like Terrence Malick films and that kind of stuff. And like the thing about the style of this film and the way that I see it is that I don't want to lean so much into the fantasy as much as I want to lean into the reality of things, and kind of like being less structured and more as you said, I don't know what the word that you used. I'm sorry, I forgot. But I'll give it some more thought. Like, I definitely can see how like some parts definitely need more structure. But I definitely also want to, highlight the social commentary I'm trying to make.
Sure.
I don't know why. I feel that's something important to me, but
yeah, if you want to make a visual poetry, like a Terrence Malick film, right? Or a Tarkovsky film or something like that is visual poetry, then do that, But what you'll see with those films is they are what they are purely. They're not trying to fit in other things. It's they are what they are. So if you're going to do something like that, then go like completely commit to that direction.
Right. I think I want to find like an in between. I think my whole goal has been that, to find an in between, but of like having this visual poetry, but then also having this structure to the story. Because when I do watch these movies, sometimes like, oh, I wish there was a little more story to this. I wish there was a little more structure. And I think that's kind of what I'm trying to do with this. It's like finding an in between of like having some visual poetry and then also having some structure.
It's a very hard balance to keep. I've seen it elsewhere. I can't remember the names of the movies because they were instantly forgettable.
Okay.
So so it's a hard balance. I can't name one. And maybe some of the Terrence Malick movies, but that have more of a story, like Thin Red Line and so on. But structure is important. If I were you, a book that I really made an impact on me was Story by Robert McKee, and that's a I highly recommend this book to everyone I talk to about screenwriting, because it gets down to the nuts and bolts of what story is, and it doesn't force you into like into like certain structures, because there are a variety of structures. So it doesn't force you. It gives you like a good layout of what there is, and there's this whole like spectrum of ways of telling stories. And but there has to be there are elements in each, because story goes way back. Story goes back thousands and thousands and thousands of years. We've been developing this over time. Also Joseph Campbell. Gotta read Joseph Campbell. And read a lot of scripts. I highly recommend reading a lot of scripts, because really well-written scripts jump off the page like beautiful prose, and you can learn a lot from the style of different writers, because we often tend to think of movie scripts as being utilitarian, right? That is basically describing the action with the dialogue, and the action and the dialogue and so on. But if you read some really good scripts, you'll be shocked by how literate a lot of these writers are. I mean, they're just amazing writers, and the words come off the page, and they're just inspiring. So look around for some scripts that won awards and so on, and read them. And there's online, you can find a treasure trove of movie scripts are all over the place. You can just download and read them. And another great thing you can do is download scripts, the same script, in different drafts. And that's a learning experience right there, because you're going to see from one draft to the next what the writer considers important, what the writer considers what is important to work on, and see how it changes and evolves. It's a fascinating thing to do.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think definitely that the structure is like a fault that I might have to look out for more, and pay more attention to, and
like this is a process, right? Writing is a process,
right?
Writing is a way of life, right? So at any point where you are, you're going to get better, with practice. And all of it is writers are readers. So read a lot. You'll find a lot of inspiration in a lot of movie scripts. Read a lot, read a ton. read Story by Robert McKee and other screenwriting books. They are very useful. And as you go, you just, try different things. And, step by step, it's not like, you're going to show up at the gym and do some bicep curls and all of a sudden you're going to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? So it's just going to take time, trying different new things, developing them. And, that's how people get better.
Awesome. Nico, any other last questions?
No, I think I'm good. Thank you very much.
Feedback? Of course.
Sure.
Thank you, Pejman, as always.
Yeah, thank you, Pez.
As always.
welcome.
Thank you for going into just some details and books. I love when my guests mention what to read, because it helps everyone who watches. It goes beyond just, it really does help. So thank you so much. Anyway, once again, we're on the outs here. This has been Why the Drama. Thank you to all of our participants and guests, our actors, our writer and director, Nico. Thank you for bringing us your very special project. This has been Auguri by Nico Chmielewski. And yeah, round of applause for everybody, whoever's still on here. I think, are we going to take a photo? Maybe. It's just the three of us. We can maybe take the photo, maybe not. My dog is in the photo this time.
Sure.
I already did.
You already did it? Okay, great. Awesome. So a couple of announcements. We have a very special Why the Drama next week. It is The Last Laugh by Luca Sambrano. It is about a comedian faced with his final moments. He is a talented new face, and we're excited to see more of his works. I have worked with Lucas myself, and he recently showed his short film, 22 Floors, aka 22 Piso, at our last festival, our comedy fest, which was fantastic. Oh, by the way, we have a film festival tomorrow at FilmGate. I will be there as your host. Click on all of our links and things like that if you want to come, you want to join us. It's always a great time. And if you have a scene or script that you'd like to submit, please do so by emailing info@film-gate.org to feature to the future Why the Drama events. If you'd like to participate as an actor, please send your reel and a headshot also to the same email, info@film-gate.org as well. Join our Discord if you guys want to get in on our Discord. We're creating a local community of filmmakers and artists to connect and create together. You'll see the QR code on the screen now. Here you can connect with members of the Floridian film industry. Members will have exclusive access to special groups and workshops. And to become a member of FilmGate, go to our website at filmgate.miami and follow the prompts. We also have an amazing opportunity to help us with our art gallery at 129 East Flagler, right here in downtown, just one street over from our film studio. If you are interested in volunteering with us, please send me, the girl, Alexa at film-gate.org an email, or Lucas, Lucas, Lucas at film-gate.org. And don't miss our virtual NFT live stream on Facebook and YouTube, also coming from our gallery. We are minting an NFT that is going to be June 3rd until the 5th. So you might want to look out for that, especially if you're interested in crypto and you're paying attention to the NFT space, because it is, some people may not know this, it's relevant to filmmakers as well. Art, music, film. I highly recommend joining us for that. And if you want to improve your skills or career, join us for the following events. We have our monthly film festival. It's a hybrid film festival, in person and online, virtual and live. This month is Documentary Film Month, and that'll be at the studio, I think, starting at 6 or 7 o'clock. So go to our website, filmgate.miami, for more info, or just email us. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. And we have a couple more opportunities for you guys. We have artists from non-dominant identities are suddenly being invited to reflect a more diverse, inclusive, and equitable world through storytelling. 5 women, Black, Indigenous, person of color, and LGBTQ-led film organizations across the country invite filmmakers to explore, reflect, and heal. This event is going to be taking place Wednesday, June 2nd from 7 p.m. until 8:30 p.m. at FilmGate. So come support our filmmakers, empowering voices to tell one another their kinds of stories. And for more information on that, again, info@film-gate.org. Our Young Artists Bootcamp. We have a Young Artists Bootcamp for filmmakers aged 12 to 17. If your kids love to make movies, if your teenagers love to make movies, I would recommend seeking out this program. It does fill up quickly and we do sell out. So if your child or teenager is interested in making films, acting in films, writing for films, anything, please reach out to us. It is limited, like I said, in space. It fills up quickly because of the CDC guidelines for protection against COVID, and it is taking place June 21st. And then finally, we have our adults filmmaker boot camp happening June 5th, every Saturday until June 26th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it teaches you how to write, produce, direct, and edit your own productions to become a professional filmmaker. That's actually how I came to FilmGate. This program involves intense training. So every Saturday, you've got to make sure you get there because there's a lot of valuable information if you want to create your own project. And yeah, it's a great learning opportunity if you're an aspiring filmmaker. Finally, we have our film festival in June. We are currently accepting submissions for all genres. It's called our Free for All Festival. And sorry, she wants more attention. If you want to submit to that festival, go to our Film Freeway. The deadline is June 7th. Hopefully we get some really interesting entries there. And that's it for me as far as announcements are concerned. Missy, say goodbye. Bye. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, everyone, for joining us here tonight. Stay safe. Good night.
Whoa!